Getting set for game number 2 of this doubleheader, the Oelwein Huskies took game number 1 by a 4-2 margin. Tanner Rising about ready to step into the batter's box and start game number 2 as the Vikings trying to salvage a split here in this conference doubleheader. Tanner Rising was 2 for 4 in game number 1, and the first pitch outside from starting pitcher Colin Nimrod, 1 ball, no strikes. Nimrod coming off a shutout against Osage on Saturday. 1-0 swing and a foul back, 1 ball, 1 strike. Nimrod 1-1 with a 4.57 ERA, 2.43 opponent's batting average against, 7 2/3 innings, 9 hits, 5 earned runs, 4 walks, and 8 strikeouts. 1-1 delivery is inside for 2 balls, 1 strike. The Oelwein lineup: Tanner Rising at second, Jared Ladeberg in center, Hud Johnston at first, Wade Michaels in right. 2-1 delivery, swinging a foul, right side and out of play. So it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Mason Shannon, the catcher, Austin Arndt at shortstop, Grant McMillan in left field, Kyle Bauschke, the DH for Tony Rex, the pitcher, and Sam Mayat plays third base. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Callan delivers and the pitch taken low. It is 3 balls, 2 strikes. This is the third start for Colin. The others, as we mentioned Saturday, a shutout against Osage, and the other start against Key High, he didn't get out of the first inning. 3-2 ground ball towards third, and a backhand stop made by Carey. He booted it, but it was in foul ground. So it's 3 balls, 2 strikes now. Vikes defensively in this game: Cole Sweska left, Jacob in center, Breitenmeyer right, Dustin Carey third, Andy Sinkink is at shortstop. At second base is Brady Dolly. At first base is Aaron Severson, with Austin Ashbacker behind the plate and Colin Nimrod on the hill. 3-2 taken inside for ball 4. So Rising draws a leadoff walk. 1 on, nobody out. And the batter is Jared Ladeberg. Oelwein won game 1, 4-2. Ladeberg was 0 for 1 with a sacrifice and a walk in game number 1. The stretch: a big lead at first base and a pitch, a strike on the outside edge to Ladeberg. No balls and 1 strike. Talking to Bob Lynch, who helps coach part-time with this Decorah team. He mentioned Colin just has to have a good first and second inning, and he's going to be all right. Move to first base and back to the bag diving is Rising. Just the way Colin has been. When things start going wrong for him, unfortunately, they go wrong in a hurry on the hill. But things work in the opposite direction as well. Runner goes, pitch taken high, throw down to second base. Is to the shortstop side of second. Rising steals second. It's 1-1 on Ladeberg. Rising with his second steal of the night, and he's now 8 for 9 in that category this year. So a runner in scoring position with nobody out here in the first inning. Ladeberg with 8 RBI coming into the doubleheader. Pitch outside corner for a strike, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes on Jared Ladeberg. Stretch, a look back at second in the 1-2. Curveball swung on and missed. So Colin climbs the ladder back after throwing a first pitch out of the zone to Ladeberg and gets the strikeout, his first of the night. Runner at second, 1 down for Hud Johnston. Johnston in game 1 was 0 for 2, was hit by a pitch. Colin with the pause and the pitch. Inside corner taken for strike 1. It's no balls, 1 strike. The loss 4-2 in game number 1 means Decorah is now 0-4 in games decided by 3 runs or less. No balls, 1 strike. Long pause by Colin and a whirl and a throw back to second base. It skips away from Brady Dolly, but not enough to warrant runner advancement. So Rising stays put at second base. 0-1 the count on Hud Johnston. Always nice when you blow out teams, but you're not going to do that on a consistent basis. In the sport of baseball, you got to learn to win those close ones. Curveball swung and missed. Johnston well over the top of the Nimrod breaking ball, and it snowballs 2 strikes. No score, top of the first inning here in Game 2 on what has turned out to be a beautiful night here in Decorah. Ground ball wide of third and foul. So we'll do it again at no balls, 2 strikes. Nimrod getting the start because Kyle Keene still out for Decorah tonight. He hopes to go tomorrow down to East Waterloo. In fact, he's been cleared to go tomorrow from what he told me before the game. Pitch swinging a foul back. Still no balls, 2 strikes. That was after getting hit in the head with the batted ball on Friday night over in Cresco. 0-2 delivery. Ooh, just missed high. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. Rising at second. Nimrod comes set, and the 1-2 delivery hits him. Rising was taking off on the play, and with the hit batter, that will force Rising to stay at second base. First and second, 1 down. Huskies with an early scoring chance here in game number 2, and Wade Michaels will be the batter, 0 for 3 with an RBI. No score here in the first inning, but the Huskies threatening. As the pitch swung on, smacked out into left field, it'll land for a base hit. Rounding third, coming to the plate is Rising. The throw will be cut off. RBI single for Wade Michaels and a 1-0 lead for Oelwein. So Michaels with 2 RBI in the doubleheader and 8 now on the season. A walk, a hit by a pitch, and a bloop single to left has given Oelwein the 1-0 lead, and the batter is Mason Shannon. 2 on, 1 out here in the first inning, and a ground ball towards third. Fielding the long hop is Carey. He'll tag the bag and get a force out, throw to first base, not in time. Johnston forced at third, 5 unassisted. Michaels moves up to second, Shannon down to first. First and second with 2 down for Austin Arndt. A 1-0 lead for Oelwein here in the top of the first inning. Arndt was 1 for 3. He struck out twice, but hit a home run against Dustin Carey in game 1. Popped up right side, shallow right. Brady Dolly out from his second base position. He will make the catch to retire the side. So the Huskies draw first blood. 1 run, 1 hit, and 2 runners left on base. We head to the bottom of the first inning. It is Oelwein 1. And Decorah coming to bat, and they will come to bat this way. Colin Nimrod will lead off and do the pitching. Batting second in center field is Jay Covden. Hitting third in left field, Cole Sweska. Batting fourth, the catcher, Austin Ashbacker. Hitting fifth at third base, Dustin Carey. Hitting sixth at second base, Brady Dolly. Batting seventh in right field, Brighton Meyer. Hitting eighth at first base, Aaron Severson. And batting ninth, the shortstop, Andy Sickink. And that lineup will face sophomore right-hander Tony Rex. Rex 0-1 on the season, a 2.39 ERA. Opponents hitting 2.77 against him. 14 2/3 innings. 18 hits, 5 earned runs, 4 walks, and 18 strikeouts on the season. 1-0 Decorah. trails Oelwein as we start things here in the bottom of the first inning.
The battery for Oelwein, Rex and Shannon.
Nobody answers up
Colin
there.
first, leading off. Colin Nimrod.
Colin Nimrod will lead things off here in the bottom of the first inning. Colin was 1 for 4 in game 1. And the first pitch taken high, 1 ball, no strikes. The 1 for 4 did extend his season-long hit streak to 10. And going back to last year, it's now 13 in a row for Colin Nimrod. Pitch, a strike, it's 1-1. Both Colin and Jake Hovden have hit safely in 10 games in a row to start the season. Fly ball, right center field. Jared Latterberg angling over in pretty deep right center. He will make the catch for the first out here in the bottom of the first inning. 1 down for Jake Hovden. Huskies leading 1-0.
Stepping up, Jake Hovden.
Hovden was 1 for 4 in game number 1. Did manage to extend his hit streak to 10 games in a row to start the season. First pitch from Rex. Here's a ground ball up the middle and through for a base hit. So make it 11 in a row for Jake Hovden. 1 on, 1 out in the first. Cole Sweska was 0 for 3 and did get hit by a pitch in game number 1. 1-0 Oelwein on the RBI single by Wade Michaels in the first. Hovden being held on by Hud Johnston over at first base. Rex with the pause. Hovden takes off. Pitch taking a strike. Throw down to second base, and the throw was waiting for him. Applying the tag is the shortstop Rising, and there is 2 down here in the first inning. Mason Shannon with a good throw to retire Hovden. So now it's a no ball, 1 strike count on Sweska. Rex back to the stretch, or back to the windup, I should say, from the stretch. As Hovden retired, trying to steal for the first time this season. Pitch high. 1 ball, no strikes. Jake is now 6 for 7 in that category. That's the first time Decorah has been thrown out trying to steal this year as well. 1-1 at the knees and for a strike. It is 1 ball, 2 strikes now on Cole Sweska. A 1-0 lead for the Huskies. We play at the bottom of the first. Huskies took game 1 by a 4-2 margin. Fastball up, 2 balls, 2 strikes now on Cole. Cole has reached base safely in 8 games in a row now, and 9 of the 10 to this point in the season. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 down. The pitch, chopper to the right side, picked up there by Rising, but he drops it as he tried to field it, and Sweska will reach. It'll be the first defensive miscue for either side. Might have taken a funny hop on Rising, but he had it in his glove and just flat out dropped it. So an extra out given to Decorah here in the bottom of the first. Austin Ashbacker will be at the plate. He extended his hit streak to 7 in a row with a double in the 7th inning. He was 1 for 4 in game 1. The pitch to the baby bull swung on foul back. Right side and out of play. No balls, 1 strike. Rex comes set, and the pitch. Ground ball to the right side. To his left is Tanner Rising. He'll pick it up and throw on to first base to retire Ashbacker in the side here in the first. 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 left. We head to the bottom half of the first inning. It is 1-0 Oelwein. Top of the second inning we go. A 1-0 lead for Oelwein. An RBI single by Wade Michaels in the first inning helped the Huskies take advantage of a walk and a hit by pitch given by Colin Nimrod, getting the start tonight, coming off a shutout performance against Osage on Saturday morning. And Colin starting the conference game tonight due to the fact that Kyle Keene is still out, but he has been cleared to go tomorrow after that scary situation over in Cresco on Friday night as he was hit in the head with a batted ball. We put him through a little bit of a workout today, and he passed the concussion test after that. Well,
6, 7, 8 hitters due up, starting with Grant McMillan.
And away we go from there. Bottom third of the order for the Huskies here in the top of the second inning. Swinging a foul at the plate by Grant McMillan. No balls, 1 strike. McMillan in game number 1 was 1 for 3. Huskies won that 4-2. They're now 2-1 in conference play. Decorah is now 2-3. Nimrod ready, the 0-1. Taken low and inside for 1 ball, 1 strike. Callan kicks and deals, 1-1 offering, swing and a miss. At a curve low and outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. So we'll see if Callan can't settle down after a bit of a rough start. One, 2. Swinging a foul right side towards the tree up the first base side. And the count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nimrod in for the side from Ashbacker. And the 1-2 delivery, a slow roller, a curveball that's bounced foul to the left side of home plate. So we'll do it again at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Callan to the rubber in the 1-2 delivery, curveball, and swung on and missed at a curveball low and away. Callan gets his second strikeout. And there's 1 down here in the second inning. And the batter will be Kyle Bauschka. Bauschka 0 for 2 with a sacrifice in game number 1. Huskies took that one by a 4-2 margin. And the pitch swung on, a ground ball up the middle and a base hit. So the Huskies get their second safety as Bauschka on a 1-out single here in the second inning. And Sam Myatt, who played but did not bat in game number 1.
Now batting Sam Myatt.
Will bat in the number 9 spot in the order as a curve from Callan is swung on and missed. No balls, 1 strike. And the Vikings playing their second game of 4 within probably a 24-hour period. As Callan was off the rubber, he threw over to first base. To keep Bauschka awake. No balls, 1 strike to count. The pitch bunted foul back to the screen. Myatt squared late and fouled it back to the screen. No balls, 2 strikes. And yes, it is Bauschka. If I can get my Pat Hughes on, it's Bouska. Bauschka in certain parts of this area. Bauschka in Fayette County. Squaring to bunt is Myatt. He does so up the first base side. Nimrod takes a look at second, but throws to first base to get the out. So Myatt will get a sacrifice out of it. 1-3. With Bauschka moving up to second base for the top of the order and Tanner Rising. 1-0 Oelwein, top of the second inning. Rising walked and scored in the first. Bauschka at second after a 1-out single. Nimrod comes set in the pitch. A little bit high. 1 ball, no strikes. 1-2-1 for the Huskies. 0-1-0 for Decorah. The pause. 2 looks at second. The 1-0 offering, swinging a foul right side out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike to count on Rising. Huskies will head right back up here to Winneshiek County tomorrow night. They will travel to Southwind, who is undefeated and ranked number 10 this week in the Iowa High School Baseball Coaches Association poll. Here's a ground ball to the left side, fielded on multiple hops by Sinkink. He'll throw on to first base to retire Rising, and that's that for the second inning. One hit, one left. We head to the bottom of the second inning. It is Decorah trailing Oelwein 1-0. 1-0 Oelwein as we go to the bottom of the second inning. 5, 6, and 7 due for Decorah. Dustin Carey, Brady Dowley, and Brighton Meyer. Huskies took game one of the doubleheader 4-2. They scored first in that game. And they've scored first here in game number 2. It's only the third and fourth times in the opening 11 games of the season that Decorah has not scored first in a ball game. Dustin Carey will lead things off. Carey was 2 for 4 in game number 1. Looks at the first one inside from Tony Rex. 1 ball, no strikes. Rex was helped out when Jake Hovden was caught stealing by Mason Shannon in the first inning. If it wasn't for that, after Sweska reached on an error, things could have gotten ugly. Pitch swung on and missed as Carey swings and misses. It is 1 ball, 1 strike. He's getting one of those Coach O talking tos right there. 1-1, curve ball for a strike, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. The way Coach O's cap came off, I thought Steve Sanders, the old Oelwein coach, was back in the box down there. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch. Fastball outside from Rex. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And when you're aggressive like that, that's just a sign that you're pressing a little bit. Stepping up in the box and having confidence in your own abilities. You don't have to press. Of course, that's way easier said than done. Curveball missing outside. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 3-2 the count. Rex, the sophomore right-hander, brings it. Pitch swung on, fly ball, deep left field. Retreating is Grant McMillan. He's near the fence. That ball is gone. 3rd home run of the year for Dustin Carey, and we are tied at 1. I didn't think he got the sweet spot off the bat, but that baby just kept carrying to left field. And Dustin Carey with his 3rd home run in his last 5 games. The batter will be Brady Dowley. Dowley drew 3 walks in game number 1. And he sees something in the first pitch that he didn't see too much of in game number 1. That's a strike on the outside corner. Oh, 1 swinging a pop-up foul. Straight back and out of play. So Tony Rex ahead of Dowley. No balls, 2 strikes. It's overall the 4th home run of the season for Decorah. 3 for Dustin Carey, the other 1 belonging to the baby bull, Austin Ashbacker. 0-2 taken high. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count on Brady Dowley. A 1-1 game now in the second inning. Pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. First strikeout for Rex. 1 down here in the second inning, and Brighton Meyer will be the batter. Meyer 1 for 1 with the sacrifice and a hit by pitch in game number 1. First pitch taken low, 1 ball, no strikes. Rex kicks and deals the 1-0. Smacked down the left field line, but foul. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Sending a few fans who sit outside the Decorah bullpen scurrying for cover. Thought Scott Pierce was tougher than that, but apparently not. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch outside. 2 balls, 1 strike to count on Brighton Meyer. Aaron Severson waiting his turn in the on-deck circle. This is Vikings Radio, 1240 KDEC Decorah and KDECradio.net. Pitch swung on, driven towards left field. Retreating is Grant McMillan. He's under this one in deep left. He will make the catch right on the fair foul line, and that's the second out here in the second inning. Aaron Severson played but did not bat in game number 1. Aaron on the season 6 for 19, calculating out to 316. With 3 RBIs on the campaign, a check swing and a foul ball, no balls, 1 strike. Fortunately, I had Elliot Christian's electric typewriter to help me out with the calculation there. He tells me he can surf the web on that thing. Which means he's more technologically advanced than most people. A late swing from Severson on a foul ball right side. No balls, 2 strikes. But he's too shy to give his email address out yet. But once I get it out of him, I will definitely publicize it for you folks. No balls, 2 strikes in the pitch. Curveball low and outside to Severson. One ball, 2 strikes. One and 2 with 2 down. The pitch. Ground ball towards short. Backhand stop made there by Austin Arndt. He'll throw on to first base, and he gets Severson by a step. So, 1 run on the home run by Dustin Carey. 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left. We head to the third. It is a 1-1 game between Decorah and Oelwein. One game now. Our new score as Dustin Carey goes deep to start the second inning. Dustin now with 10 hits in his last 15 at-bats. Good to see him turning around after a slow start offensively to the season. It'll be hitters 2, 3, and 4 due for Oelwein here in the third inning. Jared Latteberg struck out swinging in the first 0 for 1. 1-1 game as we start the third. Decorah trying to salvage a split. Pitch, a strike, 0-1. And that's the way it's gone in the 2 conference doubleheaders thus far. Decorah has lost the first and won the second. 0-1, swing and a miss. It is no balls and 2 strikes on Jared Latteberg. Nimrod's given up the 2 hits and the 1 run to this point. Walked 1, hit 1, and struck out 2. Colin Reddy with the 1-2 that just missed outside with the fastball. It is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Huskies won game 1, 4-2. The 1-2 delivery, ground ball, 1 hopper right back to Colin. A soft jog and a soft toss over to first base, and Aaron Severson. 1 down here in the third inning. 1 down, nobody on, and Hud Johnston, who was hit by a pitch in the first, will be the batter. 1-1 game here in the third inning. Pitch out of the zone. 1 ball and no strikes. Nimrod kicks and deals, and the 1-0 at the outside edge for a strike. It is 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1. Swinging a foul at the plate. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nimrod gets the sign from Ashbacker. Comes set in the 1-2 delivery. Swung on and a ground ball to the first base side. Nimrod will field the soft grounder and give an underhand toss to Aaron Severson for the second out here in the third. Two down, nobody on. Wade Michaels singled to left to bring home Tanner Rising in the first inning with the only run of game number 2 for the Huskies. 1-1 game here in the third. The pitch to Michaels is low and outside. It is 1 ball, no strikes. Swung on, popped up right in front of home plate. Colin Nimrod is under it. He will make the catch. And a steak dinner inning for Colin Nimrod. 3 up, 3 down. As we head to the bottom of the third, we're tied at 1. 1-1 game as we go to the bottom of the third. Bottom of the third, following the Elliott Christian rules. We check the upcoming schedule. Tomorrow night will be in Waverly. Decorah girls softball taking on the Waverly Showrock Go-Hawks. Coverage starts at 7:20 on AM 1240 KDEC and at KDECradio.net. Then Thursday night off. Friday night will be in Walk-On as Decorah baseball will be at Walk-On. That'll be a varsity JV, so we'll have the varsity game at 7:20 that night. Andy Sinkink will get his first at-bat of the night. Here in the bottom of the third inning, Andy, the shortstop, when Decorah puts Colin Nimrod on the mound. Andy is 2 for 4 with the stick this year, and he has 2 RBI. 1-1 game, bottom of the third. Sinkink swings the first one and fouls it away. Right side and out of play. No balls, 1 strike. Rex has given up 2 hits. One of them left the yard, the Dustin Carey home run. Back in the second inning. 0-1 delivery, ground ball to the right side, rising to his left. Bobbles, has to hurry, throws to first base, and still got him. And I don't think Coach O had the same opinion as Bill Boyd on that play. Normally 50-50 calls with most umpires will go to the defense. And you know what? In Bill Boyd's judgment, that was a 50-50 call. Colin Nimrod swings and fouls the first pitch back. No balls, 1 strike. Nimrod flew out to center in the bottom of the first, 0 for 1. 1-1 game as we play at the bottom of the third. Each team with 2 hits. Huskies with the lone error. 0-1 in there for a strike, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike on Colin Nimrod. Pitch taken high. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes actually now. It should be 1-2. 1-2 delivery. Swung on, popped up, right side. Underneath it, the second baseman, Tanner Rising, and he will make the catch for the second out here in the third inning. So Jake Hovden will be the batter.
Center fielder, Jake Hovden.
Hovden singled to center in the first, extending his hit streak to 11 games. One of 2 hits Decorah has tonight. The other one from Dustin Carey as the first pitch goes outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Huskies won game one 4-2. Decorah and the Huskies tied 1-1 here in the bottom of the third. Pitch inside corner for a strike, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Pitch out of the zone, inside and high. 2 balls and 1 strike to count. Fastball inside. It's now 3-1 on Jake. Rex looking for his first 1-2-3 inning of game number 2. 3-1, swinging a pop-up foul ball right side. Mason Shannon angling towards the first base. Oelwein dugout. He will make the catch to retire the side. So a quiet bottom of the third for Decorah. 3 up, 3 down. We head to the top half of the 4th inning. It is Oelwein 1 and Decorah 1. 4th inning we go. It's a 1-1 game between Decorah and Oelwein. Wade Michaels with an RBI single in the first inning to score. Tanner Rising. Decorah got their run in the bottom of the 2nd inning on a Dustin Carey home run. His 3rd of the season, his 3rd in his last 5 games. Dustin just been tearing the cover off the ball lately. But the Vikes just need to get a few more of those style of hits in a timely fashion, as Decorah has left too many runners on base. Mason Shannon looks at a strike, 0-1. He bounced into a fielder's choice in the first, 0 for 1. 0-1 delivery, ground ball. Right side to his right is Dolly, and he'll throw on to first base to retire Shannon. And 1 down here in the 4th inning. As Colin Nimrod is starting to settle into a rhythm, he has retired 6 in a row. 1 down, nobody on for Austin Arndt. Arndt popped to second in the first, 0 for 1. He'll swing and miss at the first offering. It is no balls, 1 strike. Nimrod ready, 0-1 offering. Check swing and a ground ball to the left side. Fielded there by Dustin Carey. He'll throw on to first base and Severson for the 2nd out here in the 4th inning. So a lot of ground ball outs. Seven of the 11 outs, if you count the sacrifice bunt, have been ground ball outs in the 4th inning. And Grant McMillan will stand in, struck out swinging in the 2nd, and he'll swing and miss at the first one. A curve from Colin, and it's no balls and 1 strike. Nimrod ready, 0-1. Fastball up, 1 ball, 1 strike. Nimrod kicks and deals, and the 1-1 swung on and missed, took a little something off, and McMillan out in front. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Colin looking for his 2nd consecutive 1-2-3 inning. Nimrod ready in the 1-2 offering, smacked foul. First base side and out of play. So it's 1 ball, 2 strikes yet on Grant McMillan in a 1-1 game as we play the top half of the 4th inning. Oelwein took game 1 of the doubleheader 4-2. Nimrod ready, the 1-2 offering, a curveball swung on and missed for strike 3. Nimrod gets his 3rd strikeout. And we are halfway home here in game 2 of the doubleheader. We're tied at 1. Bottom half of the 4th inning we go. It's a 1-1 game. Each team with 2 hits. The Huskies with the lone error thus far. Huskies won game 1 4-2. Huskies got their lone run in this inning, or in this game in the first inning. Wade Michaels RBI single to score Tanner Rising with one out. And Dustin Carey with a solo home run to start things in the second inning. Hitters 3, 4, and 5 due for Decorah here in inning number 4. Cole Sweska reached on an error. In the first inning. So Cole now has reached base safely in 9 consecutive games. And Cole, first ball swing, grounds one up the middle and through for a base hit. Got it underneath the glove of the shortstop, Austin Arndt. And for the second time in 4 frames, Decorah gets their leadoff runner on. That only happened once in game number 1. In fact, the 2 times it's happened tonight, Decorah has gotten that runner home. Of course, it helps with Dustin Carey hitting it out of the ballpark to lead off a frame. Austin Ashbacker grounded to second his first time up, at the first pitch low from Tony Rex. Nice stop by Shannon behind the plate. It is 1 ball, no strikes. The hit for Sweska was the 3rd of the night for Decorah. Vikes had 7 hits in game number 1 of the doubleheader. The pause and the 1-0. Ashbacker hits it well down the left field line, but will foul as well. Yeah, somebody's vehicle got a dent. By the way, there are many fine insurance representatives you can listen to on this broadcast, so I'm sure they're very willing to do business with you. Runner goes, pitch taken low and outside. It caroms away from the catcher, Shannon, to his left. Rex actually retrieves the ball about a third of the way from home plate to third base, so Sweska will get a steal. And he leads the team in that category, and in fact is the co-leader in that category with Jake Hovden with 7 on the season. 2 balls, 1 strike. Runner at second with nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. The pause and the pitch. Fastball inside of the baby bowl. It's 3 balls, 1 strike. Rex in at Shannon for the sign. Comes set in the 3-1 offering. A little foul ball as that one got Austin while he was in the box. As Austin had to shake out the cobwebs a little bit. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Runner at second with nobody out. Long pause by Rex and the 3-2 to Austin. Swung on, driven down the left field line, but foul. That one just short of one of the vehicles up the third base side. Austin put a lot of dents in people in the football season, starting to do some here in the baseball season as well. 3 balls, 2 strikes, a long pause by Rex in the 3-2, smacked into left field and a base hit. And it gets by the left fielder, McMillan, and all the way to the fence. Sweska will score. Austin will stop at second. It's a 2-1 lead for Decorah. Ashbacker with a single. An error will allow the run to score. It's now 2-1 Decorah, and Brett LaRue will get Ashbacker's courtesy out at second base. And Dustin Carey will look to keep the fun going.
Running at second base, Brett LaRue.
Carey with a solo home run in the second inning. As Decorah has taken a 2-1 lead. Home plate umpire Jack Lynch writes down the change on his lineup card, gets the mask back on. Carey into the right-hand batter's box with a open stance. And the pitch to Dustin is a fastball up. 1 ball, no strikes. He was tempted to chase that one like he did in the first inning, or in his first at bat. Thought better of it this time. 1 ball, no strikes. Rex with the pause. A look back at second. And the 1-0 swung on a fly ball. Deep center field. Looking up is Latterberg. 2 home runs on the night for Dustin Carey. 4 home runs in the last 5 games for Dustin Carey. And Decorah leads it 4-1. Carey Turner and the cover off the ball lately. Came in 7 for his last 10. And on the night is 4 for 6. So he's 11 for his last 16. Has 4 home runs in that time and now 12 RBI. That's since last Friday night. Brady Dolly will look to keep the fun going. Pitch outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Dolly struck out swinging his first time up. And the pitch, there's a strike. It's 1-1. Rex ready, 1-1. Swinging a pop-up foul right side. Johnston angling over, but that one will land out of play. And it's 1-2 on Brady Dolly. Rex kicks and deals, brings the 1-2 to Dolly. And that one sails outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 4-1 Decorah here in the bottom of the 4th. Still nobody out as Dolly swings and pops one out into right field. Wade Michaels is under it. Now a late break into shallow to medium depth right center, and he will make a 2-handed catch for the first out here in the 4th inning.
Brett Meyer.
1 down, 3 in, bases empty. And the batter is Bryton Meyer, who flew out to left his first time up. He'll swing and drive one deep to left field. McMillan looking up. That ball is one hopping against the fence. Meyer will stand at second with a double. As the Vikings really starting to figure out sophomore right-hander Tony Rex. Second extra base hit of the season for Bryton Meyer, the other being a triple over at Cresco last Friday night. And the batter will be Aaron Severson, looking to keep the hit parade going. As Coach Gerhardt will head out to the hill. I don't know if anyone has been warming up in between innings. It'll be a slow walk for Coach Gerhardt. Don't know if this is just a little bit of a pep talk or what. And actually, Rex is going to be leaving this game. Rex will leave the game, and we'll tell you about the changes here in a moment. There are 2 players that are playing catch down in the bullpen. Jack Lynch and Jason Gerhardt having a conversation near home plate. Rex was getting hit for, so there will be no change in the batting order. It'll be a right-hander coming in. I believe this is Evan Sukow. Sophomore right-hander replaces sophomore right-hander Evan Sukow. 3rd appearance, second out of the pen, 2-0. With a 168 ERA, opponents hitting 161 against him. 8 1/3, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, 5 walks, 5 strikeouts. Suko replaces Rex, who goes 3 1/3. Gives up 6 hits, 4 runs, all earned to this point. He didn't walk anybody, and he struck out 1. Meyer will still be his responsibility at second base. And listening to a conversation out on the field between Jack Lynch and Dennis Olenzak, Coach O was asking about the number of warm-up tosses that Suko was getting. And apparently this is an injury situation to Rex. Rex was kind of looking at his forearm as he went off the field. And in an injury situation, basically you get as many warm-up tosses as you deem necessary. Within reason, of course. And Aaron Severson will be the batter. A runner at second. 1 down, 3 in here in the 4th inning of a 4-1 Decorah lead, highlighted by a 2-run homer in this frame by Dustin Carey. And Error got the first run home. Carey got the first run home of the night here in game number 2 with a solo home run. The pitch to Aaron Severson, a strike on the inside edge. It is no balls and 1 strike to count. Stretch. And the 0-1. Swung on a looper towards second and still on the infield dirt. Tanner Rising will make a one-handed catch for the first, or the second out, I should say, in the 4th inning. And the batter will be Andy Sinkink for Decorah. Sinkink grounded to second in the 3rd, 0 for 1. Stretch and the pitch. Ground ball towards short. Charged there by Austin Arndt. He's going to bobble, and everyone's going to be safe. Making it to third will be Brighton Meyer. On the second error of the inning for Decorah. Or in favor of Decorah. And Colin Nimrod will be the batter. Runners at the corners with 2 down. The stretch and the pitch inside. 1 ball, no strikes. One ball, no strikes. Colin 0 for 2 here in game 2. 1-0 smacked into right center field. That'll land for a base hit. Brighton Meyer will score. It'll go to the gap. Andy Sinkink getting a stop sign from Coach O in the third base box. An RBI 2-out double for Colin Nimrod. And Decorah takes a 5-1 lead. Colin Nimrod extends his hit streak to 11 this year. Extend his hit streak to 14 over the course of 2 seasons. And that'll close the book on Rex, as Nimrod will get ran for by Bryce Pierce out at second base.
Bryce Pierce running at second.
And Jay Cubden will be the 9th batter here in the 4th inning for Decorah. 5-1, the Vikings lead it. It's been highlighted by the 2-run homer by Carey. But Nimrod with a 2-out RBI double. Vikes was trying to get their first come-from-behind victory of 2014. The pause by Suko, a look around the base pass and the pitch to Jake is a fastball inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Jake singled to center in the first and fouled to the catcher in the third. 1 ball, no strikes the count. And the 1-0 in there for a strike. It's now 1-1. Away from third, Andy Sinkink. Away from second, Bryce Pierce. 1-1. Low and outside from Suko. It's 2 balls, 1 strike. So Rex's final line. 3 1/3, 6 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned, no walks, 1 strikeout. The Meyer run is unearned because Andy Sinkink kept the inning alive by reaching on an error with 2 outs. 2-1 inside to Jake. It's 3 balls, 1 strike now. Andy off a third. Bryce off a second. The pause and the 3-1. Swung on, smacked out into left center field. After it is Latterberg. He'll play it on a hop. Sinkink will score. Pierce coming to the plate. The throw to the plate, not in time. Hovden up to second as the throw goes home. It's a 7-1 lead for Decorah. 3 of the runs coming with 2 outs as Jake Hovden now 2 for 3 in game number 2. A 6th spot here in the 4th inning for the Vikings. Jake now into double digits in the RBI column with 10 on the season. And Coach Gerhardt out to talk to his young right-hander. Sweska started the fun earlier this inning with a single to left. Coach Gerhardt will discuss things on the hill. Catcher Mason Shannon not a part of the conversation, but the rest of the infield is a part of the conversation. And that's going to be it for Sukow. We'll tell you about the new pitcher here in a moment. John Leo, another sophomore right-hander, will be on to replace Sukow. Sukow, in 4 batters, in a third of an inning, gives up 2 hits, 2 runs, neither of them earned, no walks, no strikeouts, and Jake Hovden at second base will still be his responsibility. A 6th spot here in the 4th inning for Decorah. And the best part about it, 3 of these 6 runs have come with 2 outs. Timely hitting is something that Decorah has struggled with this year. And hopefully this can be a trend setter instead of the exception to the rule. This will be the first appearance of the season for John Leo. 7-1 the score here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Now pitching for Oelwein, number 24, John Leo. Old Sweska battle.
Warm-up toss is done. Hovden at second with 2 down. A 7-1 lead for Decorah via a 6th spot here in the 4th. Cole Sweska started the fun with a single to left. He scored previous this inning. And he reached on an error in the first inning. His pitch goes outside, 1 ball, no strikes. An error got the first run home. Dustin Carey got 2 of them home on a 2-run homer. An RBI double by Colin Nimrod and a 2-run single by Jake Hovden have gotten the rest of them home as the pitch in there for a strike, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Decorah out hitting Oelwein by an 8-2 margin. 1-1. Out into left field and through for a base hit. Rounding third, coming to the plate is Jake Hovden. He will score without a play. Another 2-out hit for Decorah. Cole Sweska with an RBI single. And the Vikes take an 8-1 lead. Sweska with RBI number 3 on the season. And the batter will be the Baby Bull. Austin Ashbacker grounded to second in the first and single to left and scored in the 4th inning. Austin will take the first pitch outside. 1 ball, no strikes. He's the 11th batter of the inning. Away from first is Sweska. The pause by Leo. And the 1-0 delivery is outside for 2 balls, no strikes. Oelwein scored the first run of the game. Vikes got on the board in the second on a Dustin Carey solo home run. But the Vikes have put 7 on the board here in the 4th, including 4 with 2 outs. Pitch low. 3 balls, no strikes to count. Three balls, no strikes, and the pitch outside for ball 4. That is the first walk by Husky pitching here in game number 2. Brett LaRue will get the Baby Bulls courtesy at first base. Sweska at second, LaRue at first. Still 2 down. An 8-1 lead for Decorah. And Dustin Carey will return to the plate. A solo home run in the second, a 2-run homer in the 4th. And the pitch swung on, smack to the left, and a base hit. Rounding third, coming to the plate is Cole Sweska. McMillan overruns the ball. Sweska will score. 4 RBI on the night for Dustin Carey. And it is a 9-1 Decorah lead. An 8 spot here in the 4th inning. And the batter will be Sean Truant. He will bat for Brady Dolly, who was 0 for 2.
Now batting 22, Sean Truant.
Sean, 1 for 10 on the season, but he got a base hit in his last at-bat. And the pitch sails high. 1 ball, no strikes. Vikes lost game number 1, 4-2, but have come back with a vengeance here in game number 2, leading 9-1. 1-0 ground ball through the right side and through for a base hit. Rounding third, coming to the plate is Brett LaRue. The throw to the plate is offline. LaRue will score. Moving to third is Dustin Carey. It is now a 10-1 lead for Decorah on a Sean Truant RBI single. Six of the 9 runs have come with 2 outs. And Brighton Meyer will be batter number 14 of the inning. And Connor Gospin now will run for Sean Truant. And my guess is Connor will stay into the game.
Running at first, Connor Gospin.
Brighton Meyer flew out to left in the second and doubled to left earlier this frame. He came home on the Nimrod double. Which at the time made it a 5-1 ball game as Meyer gets plunked. So now the base is loaded. Still 2 down. And Aaron Severson will look to continue it.
23, Aaron Severson.
And actually, Caleb Qualley will bat for him.
Now batting for Severson.
Qualley got the start as the DH in game number 1. And he was 1 for 3 and had an RBI on an infield hit. Carey the runner at third, Gospin at second, and Meyer at first. A 10-1 Decorah lead here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 10, 11, and 0 for Decorah. 1, 2, and 3 for the Huskies. John Leo, the sophomore right-hander, the third pitcher of the night, will throw outside to Qualley. 1 ball, no strikes. Leo with a deep breath out of the windup. The 1-0 is outside to Qualley. 2 balls, no strikes. Huskies took game 1 4-2. Vikings leading here in game 2 10-1. 2-0. Well outside and back to the screen. Carey down the line from third. He will score. And it is now an 11-1 advantage. As Carey scores on the wild pitch with Connor Gossman moving to third and Brighton Meyer down to second. It's 3-0 on Qualley. Three balls, no strikes on Qualley. Qualley takes all the way in, takes for strike 1. It's now 3-1. This is the second time in 5 games Decorah has scored at least 10 runs in a frame. As Qualley swings and misses, went fishing without any bait, and it's now 3-2. Full count on Qualley with second and third and 2 down. In the top half, or the bottom half of the 4th inning, is the pitch high to Qualley. And that's ball 4. Bases loaded, still 2 down. 7 of the 10 runs in this frame have come with 2 outs, and 7 of the 10 are unearned. Andy Sinkink will look at a strike, 0-1. Andy grounded to second in the 3rd, reached on an error, and scored in the 4th inning. Andy trying to become the 10th consecutive Viking to reach base. He'll swing and foul the pitch off straight back to the screen. It is no balls, 2 strikes. In fact, that sticks in the screen directly behind home plate. No balls, 2 strikes to count. And the 0-2 delivery swung on, a blooper out into right center field. After it is Michaels. He will make the catch to retire the side. Vikes put 10 on the board on 8 hits, helped out by 3 errors, and they leave them loaded. They'll try to close it out next. They lead it 11-1. Vikes with an opportunity to end this baby early. They lead it 11-1 via a 10-run bottom of the 4th inning. 7 of the 10 runs coming with 2 outs. An error got the first run home, then a Dustin Carey 2-run homer. RBI double by Colin Nimrod. Jake Hovden with the 2-run single. Cole Sweska with an RBI single. Dustin Carey an RBI single. And Sean Truan with an RBI single. Kyle Bauschka swings and fouls the first pitch off. No balls, 1 strike. 11-1 Decorah here in the 5th. Bauschka singled back in the 2nd. A nice curve, and it's taken for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes on Bauschka. He's one of 2 guys to get a hit off of Colin Nimrod. The 0-2 delivery, curveball fouled at the plate. And the count remains no balls, 2 strikes. Collins throwing 57 pitches now. Trying to pick up his second win in as many starts. Vikes will get Kyle Keene back tomorrow as the fastball taken up. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Decorah will be at East Waterloo tomorrow at 3:30 start for that doubleheader because of no lights down at East Waterloo. No radio coverage for that one, but we'll keep you up to date on the results. Ground ball foul, wide of third. It is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Still on Kyle Bauschka. 11-1 Decorah. We play the top half of the 5th inning. Oelwein took game 1 of the doubleheader by a 4-2 margin. The pitch a little bit low. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count on Bauschka. Decorah 11 runs, 11 hits, and no errors. Oelwein 1, 2, and 3. Pitch swung on and missed at a curveball. And Callan gets his 4th strikeout. Callan settled down very well after a bit of a rough start. He's retired the last 9 batters he has faced. 1 down, nobody on for Sam Mayat, who sacrificed a runner-up in the 2nd inning as the pitch hit towards short and past a diving Sinkic and into left field for a base hit. Good effort there by Andy, but he couldn't corral it. There's a runner at first with 1 down here in the 5th inning.
Second baseman Tanner Rising.
And Tanner Rising will start the 3rd trip around the batting order, and pinch runnering for Oelwein at first base will be Jonah Woodward.
Pinch runner for the Huskies, number 1, Jonah Woodward.
Woodward, the runner at first base, with 1 down. Rising walked and scored in the 1st, grounded to 3rd in the 2nd. At 11-1, Decorah lead as we play the top of the 5th inning. Vikes 2 outs away from clinching this one early. Pitch swung on, sliced down the right field line, but foul. It is no balls, 1 strike on Tanner Rising. Vikes got a quality start out of Dustin Carey, the tough luck loser in game number 1. Decent lead at first base by Woodward, and the pitch fastball outside edge for a strike, and it's 0-2 on Tanner Rising. Runner goes, pitch high chopper right side. Nimrod makes the play, and the runner went back to first base. Instead of reading that it was a ground ball, Nimrod had to hesitate, decide what to do, had an easy toss to Andy Sinkic at shortstop for the 2nd out of the inning. So it ends up being a fielder's choice. It was a high chopper off the plate. Woodward was going. He hustled back to first base thinking the ball was a pop-up instead of a ground ball. So an easy 2nd out of the inning, and Latteberg swings and misses at the first offering from Callan. No balls, 1 strike. Latteberg struck out swinging in the 1st and grounded to the pitcher in the 3rd. 11-1 the score. Decorah leads it here in the 5th. 0-1, swung on and missed. It's 0-2. So Callan trying to seal the deal right here. Vikes trying to salvage a split of this conference doubleheader. No balls, 2 strikes. Pitch swung on, fly ball, right field. Retreating is Brighton Meyer, and that's a Viking victory. Decorah makes quick work of the Huskies in game 2 of this doubleheader by an 11-1 margin. 11 runs, 11 hits, no errors, 4 left for Decorah. The totals for Oelwein: 1 run, 3 hits, 3 errors, and 4 left. The winning pitcher, Colin Nimrod, he improves to 2-1 on the season. The losing pitcher, Tony Rex, he drops to 0-2. So Decorah is now 5-6 on the campaign, 3-3 in conference play. Oelwein is 6-5 overall, and 2-2 in conference play. Many people to thank for making the broadcast possible tonight. First and foremost, our advertisers, the good, sports-minded people who helped us bring the game wherever you were tonight. Without their help, this coverage would not be possible. So as always, we encourage you to support the businesses who support local high school sports. And lastly, and most importantly, we thank you. That's right, you, the listener, for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. We know you enjoyed the outcome of game number 2 as Decorah wins it 11-1 in 5 after losing game 1 4-2. Our next broadcast will be on Wednesday night for softball. Decorah will be at Waverly Showrock, 7:15 start time for that one. And then baseball, we'll have it again on Friday night as Decorah will be at Walk-On, a 7:15 start for that one. So for the moral support of Elliott Christian, I'm Darren Swenson saying so long from Olin Zach Field. A split tonight for Decorah. Oelwein wins game 1 4-2. Decorah takes game 2 by an 11-1 margin in 5 innings. Thanks a bunch for tuning in. We will talk to you again tomorrow night from Waverly.